How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen of math? We haven't done one of these in a while, so here we go. Basically, what I'm going to show you right now is how to do number one of the 5.1 to 5.4 review, the 5.4 section. So this is the sketching and graphing section from 5.4. So first off, we need to sketch an accurate graph. To do that, we have our handy dandy graphing calculator. You have that there. So first thing we need to do is we need to actually plug our graph in. First thing we're going to do, hit y equals. That's this top left button, hit y equals. If there is something in there, so notice I do have something in there, I'm just going to hit clear. And notice now it's gone. If any of these, plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, are highlighted, you're just going to hit second, y equals. It's going to bring you to this page, and just make sure all these are off. If one is on, see how you can kind of tab over. You want to tab over to turn it off. So mine didn't have any of them on anyways, but I just want to show you that. What we also want to do is hit zoom. Hit zoom and go down to Z standard and hit enter. You can just hit 6 as well. That'll get you, so then it's a 10 by 10. Well, it's actually really a 20 by 20, but it goes from -10 to 10. -10 to 10. So now we're ready to rock and roll. And we need to put in x cubed. To put in x cubed, you hit the x. The x is right here, right to the right of the alpha key, the green button. So you hit x. To make the third part, you hit the caret key, and then I'll bring you up there. You'll hit 3. And for my calculator, I'm going to have to hit this little right tab to drop it back down. Some of them, it'll automatically drop them down. Some of them will just give you an actual caret key look. And then you put in 3. So I'll actually show this key up here. Now we have the minus 3x squared, same kind of idea, plus 1. Once you have that plugged in, hit graph, and you should get this. Again, if your window doesn't look like this, you're going to have to hit zoom and then 6. That's a zoom, then 6. We have our nice graph here, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put this over here like this. And what I want is I want to make this the most accurate graph as possible, so I'm going to hit second graph. That'll be table then. And I can graph some points. I'm going to go -1, -3. -1, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 0, 1. I'm going to go 1, -1. Then I'm going to go 2, -3. And I'm going to go back up to 3, 1. Like so. What I do then, once I get some points down, I hit graph again, just so then when I am connecting the dots, I make this actually look like the graph it's supposed to be. So that goes down there, this comes back up. Perfect. So that's part A, sketch an accurate graph of the function. Part B, find the zeros. So we need to find zeros. Zeros are where the graph is going to cross the x-axis. All right, so if I have my red pen, that's this point, and this point. We have 3 of them. All right, so 3 zeros that we need to find. So to do that, handy dandy calculator, you're going to hit second. You're going to hit trace. Trace is right here. It's kind of like this 4th finger on this top row. Hit that. It says 0 right there. That's the one you want, so you just scroll down to it and hit enter. And we have this left bound question mark. You also have the spider, so if you take a look right now, we got the spider. I'm moving them up and down the graph. We need to be left of this first 0. So right here is where the first 0 is. We need to be left of it, so that's like somewhere in this region. Hit enter. Now it says right bound. I need to be right of it. Don't go too far. I don't want to be here because notice we already passed another 0. So you want to be kind of up here on the top of the hill. Hit enter. Hit enter one more time. And it says -0.5, 0. You're going to do that for the other 2 now. So you hit second, trace again, go down to 0. This time you want your spider for the left bound on top of the hill and for the right bound on the bottom of the hill. Again, what this is doing, if I take my pen and my red pen, basically we're taking a section of the graph, the section from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, and we're saying, is there any zeros in this section of the graph? When you hit enter one more time, there is 0.65, 0. So you could put 0.65 You could put 0.7 as well if you want to be consistent with the decimals. There you are. And now there's one more. We hit second trace, go down to 0, hit that. Again, I want to be on the left part of this. This will be a nice one to really look at. So right there's the left. This arrow always pops up to show you what, like kind of like the X region, the X vertical X line it's covering. And then say right here, you could be right here if you wanted to. It's up to you. Hit enter. And again, we're taking a look at this section of the graph. And this time, our calculator did something a little bit funny. So if you look, the X is at 2.9, and there's this -1e. Anytime you have an e, automatically 0. All right, I don't know why the calculator does that. I know what it means. It just means basically 0.0, and there's about 12 zeros, and then a 1. So it's a really super small decimal. I'm not sure why it doesn't tell you sometimes 0. The other cases it does. Just in case, if you ever see an E, automatically 0. So now we found the zeros. We gotta go to max and min. So we have max, we have min. All right, we got one of each. Our max, that's our hill, right here in green. Our min, that's our valley right there. So if I want to find the max, all I gotta do, hit second trace. Go down to max, hit enter. We have the left bound, right bound thing again. I want to be left bound, so I want to be left of my hill. That's left of the hill. Right bound, I want to be right of the hill, so that's right of the hill. Hit enter. And there we are. Ooh, another E look, so I'll kind of show you again. There's that E, so all that means is 0. So our max is at 0, 1. For min, you hit second, you hit trace. You have the min right there, you hit enter. And now we want to be left of the valley. So right here is the valley where my little spider is. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Be left of the valley. And I want to be right of the valley. Hit enter. This time, notice there's no E. It's just 1.999999. Repeating basically. If you want to just round that to 2, go ahead. And it'll be 2, -3. That's how you do the first type of problem. That's how you're going to do all these. Some of them have 4 zeros. Some of them have 2 zeros. Some have 2 maxes or 2 mins. This is the most general look. Good luck. Keep mathin'.